we're gonna get just a teeny bit situated, a little bit more intimate. I am here on a beautiful Saturday morning this week. Weather-wise, if you're in Baltimore, the DMV area, it has been so beautiful because we're in transition. We are preparing for the spring, guys. Don't let nobody tell you that transition isn't for the winter, fall. Where are we? We're preparing for the fall. Don't let anyone tell you that transition is not beautiful. I shared this post yesterday with the leaves falling. It was like fall is about to show you how beautiful letting things go can be. We're in that time of transition. I can feel it. I can feel things changing, going into a warmer, more family-centered place, more loving, intimate, a warm embrace place. That's what fall is. You know what I'm saying? We're going into that place. So, welcome. This week has been beautiful. I am so excited to share another moment with you. Peace, Mama Yatsale. Such a blessing for you to always be here with me. But we are here in another session, another episode of our 32-week series, A Matter of Moments. And in this matter of moments, we have gone through all types of moments in life. We have gone through all the different possibilities of life, things that can, just all the moments that we face and how to utilize them, how to help us heal, how to help us grow. These moments are happening with or without our permission. So we need to make sure that we're on top of them, and we're doing that here at a moment, right? And at a moment of harmony. I'm sorry, y'all. I see this weird glare that I have. This is why you need a whole production team. It's coming, y'all. I'm speaking it. But thank you for joining me for another moment. I love you all so much. I am grateful, as always, to come and sit and share, to engage and grow with you. So in this series, A Matter of Moments, we know that we're going to be completing this series and having an interactive book that is going to be able to, that we'll be able to take each video, put it to a chapter, and have our own moments at home, our own moments in our private circles, in our organizational circles, in our church circles, in our spiritual circles, in our friendship circles, in our book club circles, what have you. Wherever we are going to in harmony, heal in balance, having one moment of harmony at a time. So today's session is entitled Tough Moments. Tough Moments. Now, I know we have been dealing with some really tough topics these past couple of weeks, and it's been like a cluster of them. But hang in there, guys, because we have some great moments coming. Not that learning how to deal with tough moments and last moments and lost moments, not that learning how to deal with those, how to cope with those, how to heal with those, how to utilize those aren't monumental. We need them. That's why they're a part of our session in our series. But I know that it can be divine risings, beloved. I know that it can be a lot to be like, oh my gosh, here we are for another tough moment to digest. But we're going to work through them, and you're going to be so grateful that we face these moments head on. We are going to be getting into some gentler moments, guys. We're going to be getting into some self-discovery moments and love and relationship moments. We'll get into some other moments that are easier to deal with, but we got them all in a cluster right now because life gives us those types of moments in a cluster. We get our learning moments. We get our discerning moments. We get our lesson moments. We get our challenge moments, our sharpening moments. We get them all in a cluster. Okay, they are not always scattered out. Like the saying goes, when it rains, it pours. They come back to back sometimes. And so we have dealt with them back to back with our moments of harmony. But trust me, let's learn how to deal with these harder to digest moments, and I promise you we'll move on to more moments momentarily that will sum up our session and bring us full circle back around to the greatness and glory of being your great, beautiful self. So, but in the meantime, the meat and potatoes of it, getting in the center of it, at the core of our growth is the tough stuff. Tough stuff. Ugh. But that's where we are today. We're dealing with tough moments. And I'm so happy to be a part of this with you because we are in a time, child. Look, we're in a time right now when we're talking about tough moments. We're in a time of inflation. We're in a time of heightened racism. We're in a time of lack of resource. Oh my gosh, lack of resource, lack of funds, lack of, there's just like an extreme time of lack of, like I talked about previously, after COVID, I think a lot of people thought there was going to be like some normalcy. Life will be back to this great place. People will be appreciative. It is crazy. There is disease and illness and viruses running rampant, popping up left and right. The children are like having guns at school. There are more shootings than ever. The squeegee people are hating the squeegee boys. The squeegee boys are hating people. It is just like, I don't know where you're watching from, and you might not be here in Baltimore, but I'm saying globally, we got some stuff we're dealing with. It's just so much. Trump lying, them trying to investigate, him trying to run again. It's like, bananas. It's bananas. So I said, look, we must really get into the niche. We must really get into the nitty gritty and the know how of those tough moments. We must know how to navigate, utilize, rise above, heal from tough moments. They aren't going anywhere. And if we aren't in a tough time right now, I don't know what is. And look, when it comes to us, thank you, my love. When it comes to us, and I'm talking about people of color, we have been in tough times for a very long time. We've navigated, and I am saying that our ancestors have prepared us. Our ancestors have left blueprints. And so now when we get stuck up in systems where it's like hard for us to navigate out of, it's like, come on, guys, we're going to go ahead and dig in this, and we're going to work in this because we come from some strong people. Tough times are not going to take us out. We're going to do with tough times what we've always done with tough times, and it's going to sharpen us and bring us out stronger and cleaner and better. So that's what we're going to be going into today with this Moment of Harmony. I want to give a quick shout out to all my Moment members. We're in a new month of September. We're excited to meet in person. I am so excited. We got some of us that's going to be we have all types of things. We want to go see the Woman King. We want to get up in person. We want to give some love and some support with one another in this transition from my astro heads that know what's going on with the retrograde and the full moons and oh my gosh, okay? We want to give some love. We want to give some opportunities to relax, to have joy, to create moments of healing, not just wait for them and not just look for them. So shout out to all my Moment members who are always supportive, always faithful and consistent with their virtual moments and also with their in-person moments. I can't wait for us all to get up this month. I need you. I need you. I know a lot of y'all are like, Mama Harmony, look, we got to talk about this, but trust, Mama Harmony needs you. So I'm so grateful that we'll have the opportunity to share those moments together. Now, let's get into these tough moments. I don't want this to be a really long moment. A lot of my moments lately have been running because the creator has been, dictating that. But I'm really gonna say, let's see if we can get some smaller moments so we can jam it up with a pack, go on about our week, and take the jewels that we need to survive and thrive. Okay, so tough moments. Tough moments. First, the first point of our conversation today, of our dialogue about tough moments, is that we need to understand that tough moments are sharpening moments. Tough moments are sharpening moments. They are the moments that come into our lives to weed out, break down, shake down, strengthen as for the next level. So when I say that they're sharpening moments, y'all know I also want to use a metaphor to go along with it. Or, so think about a pencil. This is what I was thinking about when I was going through the outline and filling in my points. Think about a pencil and how a pencil has to get sharpened. A pencil, an unsharpened pencil, a brand new pencil is full of potential. It is full of untapped potential. It has never been used before, but the lead in that pencil can write a poem. It can write a sonnet. It can create and sketch some type of innovation, some type of what is it, what is the word that I'm looking for, invention, that's what I'm saying. It can create an invention. It can change the world. You know, a pencil, an unsharpened pencil has unlimited potential. It can get you through your tests. It can get you through your notes. It can get your homework done. It can make an unsharpened pencil can make A's. Okay, it can create A's. I say. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter what a pencil can do if it's never been sharpened. It doesn't matter. It's full of possibilities. A pencil can do so many. It can be utilized. It can, like I said, art, essays, math, a love letter, a letter to a faraway pen pal. I mean, it's limitless, an unsharpened pencil. However, it doesn't matter how limitless it is if it does not actually have to go in a pencil sharpener. If it doesn't actually go in a pencil sharpener, it really doesn't even measure up to its potential when you talk about its value. Gotta go in the pencil sharpener for it to be a pencil. Guess what? In order for you to be a divine being, your spirit has to go through a conditioning. It has to go through a sharpening. It has to go through a making, a creating, a challenge, a conflict, a building in order for it to be sharp. So guess what? If you're getting to the best parts of yourself, you will never evade the sharpening process. You're not getting around that. That's not going anywhere. But once we understand that tough times are literally just sharpening processes, that they are preparing us, we can dictate, we can create, we can manifest, we can put around us elements that make our sharpening processes less detrimental, less painful, and less disastrous for us. Well, what do I mean? I'm going to go back to our analogy of the sharpening pencil. What would keep a pencil sharp? We know there's manual pencil sharpeners, there's electric pencil sharpeners. What is going to keep a pencil when it needs sharpening? What is going to get it through the point of having to endure the least amount of that razor taking it around, or know that it's going to have to get sharpened, but what's going to make it a more bearable process? Okay, y'all follow me? What's going to make this a more bearable process? An inevitable, more bearable process, right? What's going to make this is, one, the sharper the pencil is, the less sharpening has to be done by the razor blade. The sharper it is already. So if you wait until your pencil is dull, broken, the point is missing, it can't write anymore before you sharpen it, you're going to put that pencil through a lot of sharpening, okay? Y'all following me? You're going to put it through a lot of a more strenuous process. Every time it goes into the pencil sharpener, it's going to be like the very first time. But if you are frequently sharpening yourself, when tough times come to sharpen you, you will not need to start all over again, over and over again. You won't be at the drawing board. You won't be at square one because you are sharpening yourself. So we already know that life is going to send the big guns in for us. Life is going to send in the test. Life is going to send in the lesson. But here's the thing. I'm less afraid of a lesson when I'm always learning, when I'm always studying, when I'm always abreast. Hi, how are you? Yes, I'm all for collabs. Peace. Let's do a collab. Definitely message me. And I also can be found on Facebook for inbox under Harmony Davis. So here under YouTube, I have Brown as my last name, but Davis is my last name on Facebook. It's my maiden name. So Harmony Davis, HarmonieDavis. Please inbox me with those types of incredible opportunities. I'm all for it. So, all right, forgive me and excuse me, guys. I do know that when we, I got you, Z. Let's do it. Because the collab we did was fire. We just did a collab in the, we did Sisters Date in the Park, and it had a moment of harmony with it. It was beautiful and I loved it and I needed it. And it was such an incredible exchange and expansion for not only myself, but everyone connected. So I'm with it. Inbox me. Let's grow. Let's glow. Let's change the world. I'm saying heal on all. We healing on all. I'm with it. So definitely those incredible opportunities to come and speak in person, those opportunities to collab. Now I know that when people watch the video back and they weren't live, they can't see the chat as like in real time. And because I've watched back before and it's like, it looks like you're talking to yourself. But people are talking to me. They're engaging with me, which I love. And they are saying things. So I'm just kind of like, communicating with them so I don't sound all crazy when the playback goes down. And y'all know how I feel about playbacks. Play me back, share me to anyone you think needs a moment. Can't watch me in real time. I have no problem with that. I got busy mom problems too, okay? Busy mom, let's see, not problems, busy mom responsibilities. Let's say that, okay? And then, but when you get your time, when you're getting ready for work, when you're cooking, when you're cleaning, play it back. Get your moment. Just get your moment. I am honored to be a part of your self-care routine. But okay, let's go back to our analogy about the pencil sharpening. When it comes to tough moments, the more you sharpen yourself, the more keen you are, the more updates, the more upkeep you keep on your spirit, your person, and your mind, the less sharpening life has to do for you. The sharpening of life is inevitable. You have untapped potential. You have multiple levels within yourselves of divinity and growth. You have extreme greatness within yourself. It is not just going to come out. Life is built to bring you out. Spiritual conditioning is the whole point of the whole thing. It's happening. How do we minimize the drastic trauma or the pain or the fear or the anxiety of tough times on our lives? We sharpen ourselves. Again, a pencil tip that is broken has to spend more time and go through more friction in the pencil sharpener. But one that is being sharpened frequently will not need to be in there as long and won't have to go through so much with that razor blade. So sharpen yourself, sharpen your skills, stay prayed up, stay exercised up, talk to yourself, speak to yourself, sharpen yourself spiritually, fast, discipline yourself before the shakedown happens with the universe. And the universe, thank you so much. Before the shakedown happens with the universe and the universe comes and start taking things, fast. Go start fasting yourself. Make sure that you are where you need to be. Push through things that are difficult for yourself. Make standards and goals for yourself that will make you your best self. Because if you don't do it, the universe is surely coming to do it. And when the universe does come and tighten that wallet, guess who doesn't suffer as much? The person that's been on a disciplined budget. When the universe does come and put you in isolation, guess who's not alone so much? The person that spends time and loves quality time with themselves, that goes within. You're not going to be traumatized by the test in your life when you are testing yourself, when you are working with yourself. I can remember in school, back in the day in school, everyone being so scared of a pop quiz. I never was, because I was with them flashcards every night. I'm ready. I'm saying, how do we lessen the extreme impact that is debilitating us, that is breaking us down, that is holding us back collectively when it comes to tough times that are absolutely going to come? Toughen yourself. Sharpen yourself. Sharpen yourself. Okay, the next part of that analogy when it comes to tough time sharpen, I'm going to go into the two types of sharpeners. You have the manual sharpener that takes a long time, often breaks that point a lot of the pencil, and it takes so much. You got to push that pencil, you got to manpower. And then you have the electronic sharpener. You have that one that you go in and that pencil's in there for 3 seconds and it's cleanly sharpened. Y'all know I'm a teacher and an educator. Y'all stay with me with my analogies, okay? This is the way my brain works. So it goes in there, comes right back out in seconds. Change your environment. Change your environment, because your environment will dictate the type of sharpening you will have. By changing your environment, I mean your resources, I mean your circles, I mean your what is it? The your hobbies, your goals, your day to day. Change your environment, because the sharpening is going to happen, but the sharpening is better with an electric sharpener than it is with the manual sharpener. Y'all following me? Okay. So, mean that make sure that you are investing in quality when it comes to your life. Quality people. Don't have people to have around, because you're going to go through a sharpening process. Don't make it have to be harder than it has to be. You're going to go through a growing process. You're going to go through phases in your life where you have to face yourself in your past, in your childhood. You're going to have to go through phases in your life where you're going to have to look at your romantic relationships in different ways. You're going to have to look at how you raise your children, or how you connect with others, or how you face and chase your goals and your dreams. Change your environment, because if I have to get, if I'm, look, COVID talker taught us all. If I have to get stuck in a house, I'd rather it be a nice house. You get what I'm saying? That's the point of it. If I have to be stuck with my family, I really hope it's people that I love and like being around, and love and like being around me. If I have to be sick, I'd rather it be when I have resources and people who are going to be able to give me all the herbs or the medicines or the holistic or wherever avenue you in. I have a plethora of those resources around me. Do not wait for tough times to figure out how to sustain yourself in tough times. That's how we're hustling backwards. This is why tough times are traumatizing us. This is why they're depleting us. This is why we're not making it out of them. We're developing addictions during tough times. We're resorting to different types of drugs or toxins. We're resorting to non-productive behaviors, right? Counterproductive behaviors. That's the word I was looking for. We're in tough times, and we're going into things that aren't helping us out of tough times, because we waited until we were in a tough time to think about how we would handle a tough time. Tough times sharpen. I want us to keep that in mind when we're thinking about the tough moments in our life. They're going to come. That budget, those friends, that dream, that time, those ambitions, that relationship, it's all going to go through sharpening. It's all going to go through sharpening. And by that, I mean you're going to get sharpened. So if I got to go into that sharpener, if I'm the one that got to go in that sharpener, I'm trying to figure out how I can make this the least painful, least destructive, least traumatic experience, so I can just learn and grow. Can I just come up in this experience and get what it is I need to get up out of it and get up out of it? Don't let me die here in a tough moment. Don't let me get stuck here in a tough moment. Don't let me drown in a tough moment. Don't let me lose my mind in a tough moment. Don't let me lose my loved ones in tough moments. Don't let me lose my dreams. Don't let me get lost in a tough moment that absolutely is going to come and come again from one season to another, from a time to a time. Tough times are going to be there. So let me get on top of myself, because I know that tough times are to sharpen my skills, to sharpen my spirit, to make me more of who I am destined to become and the person that I'm praying to be. Tough times are going to be a big part of that. So let me not have to be the one that have to learn from A to Z every time a tough time comes. Let me get A through K down. So the next time I get a tough time, I'm not starting at the beginning. I'm saying sharpen your own skills. Stay on top of your own mental, spiritual development, so that when the universe, when life begins to develop you, you are where you need to be. It's only the universe becomes a guide, becomes more of a guide than a teacher. And we all know that. Y'all all know I have an adult child and have other children. And you know, when you become an adult parent, it changes. How you parent changes. Let the universe change how they parent you. Let the universe change how it directs you, how it speaks to you, how it gives to you, how it moves you. Please don't have to be punished. Please don't have to be admonished. Please don't have karma have to hit you upside your head often. Do not have to start at point A. Let the universe say, look, back in the day, I used to have to put you on your butt for you to listen. Now I can come through a commercial. Now I can speak through your children. Now I can come through your finances. But back in the day, you would be stubborn. I'm saying, let's not let the universe change and grow how it parents you. And by doing that, you have to be on top of your own game. You will navigate tough times better if you require less sharpening by the universe and more sharpening by self. If you change your environment, then you will be able to tolerate, digest, delve through, and appreciate tough times differently. You'll be able to appreciate them. When that car goes down and you have a backup car, or you have friends and family that can support you with transportation, you will appreciate that this tough time came. It rained and it poured, but I had a couple of umbrellas in store this time. I had a couple of umbrellas. Okay, I had the Target umbrella, the Fendi umbrella. I had all of them. I didn't know what I was going to need. I even had the sunshade umbrella. I had them all, because I understand that tough times are part of my growth. And so I am changing my environment so that not only does my environment bring me comfort when I'm in good times and bring me joy, but my environment will also prepare, sustain, and bring me comfort in tough times. I'm ready for the whole thing. I have a refrigerator full of food upstairs, and I also have the emergency water, flashlight, canned goods in the basement, because I am, well, for people that eat canned goods, but you know what I mean, the preserved foods, because I am preparing an understanding that my environment should be holistic for me. My environment should be the best that it can possibly be. My environment should be able to sustain me. It's much easier going to that electronic pencil sharpener than that manual pencil sharpener, okay? Nobody's trying to go up in that thing, starting off from the bottom and keep on starting from the bottom and can't get here. So we don't want that when it comes to for growth. We want to be at a growing rate that when it comes for the next level, you don't have to find me. You don't have to go far to find me. I'm already at the middle. I'm already halfway there. Because I'm working. I'm working on my strength and my sharpening skills for those tough moments. Okay, the second part. This is one of my favorite parts when it comes to us navigating through tough times. When it comes to us thinking about tough times, it makes us cringe, right? Just, oh, it's going to get tough. Listen, y'all, there's so many times, I know a lot of people are into like all the tarot and things like that. But look, I do a lot of card reading. I do a lot of numerology study, a lot of astrological study. I study, okay? I just study it all. I study. Some things I put back and I don't need, and some things I've learned are fundamentally incredible for growth and development. So one of the things for those that have ever gone into the tarot or know anything about tarot and readings and things like that, there is a card called the Tower card, right? And in other types of books and decks and other types of things about, going into spiritual reading or using spiritual guides, there's all different types of things about that when you want to go into that work. I'm not convincing anyone, telling anyone they should. I'm literally just using an example. This is my experience, my story. Okay, when I tell you, I think you should think about it, it's just the bullet points, okay? How you do it is going to be your spiritual way. It's going to be your spiritual practice. It's going to be your divine guidance. I just want you to go up in there. I'm trying to take you to it, not trying to give it to you, okay? What I'm saying about myself, there's a card, the Tower card. This Tower card always means that some ish is about to go down in your life, but it's a moment for change. It's a bringing down for a bringing up. There's also the Death card that can be like that too. There's some cards in there that when you see, When you talk again, when you get into spiritual guides, you see them and you're like, I am cringed. I don't need a tower moment right now. I just came out of a tower moment. I just got one last week. I'm in one right now. I don't need one next week too, right? I use that to say when we anticipate a tough time, when we think about a tough time, when we're looking at the budget in the bank account and it's getting low, when we see that the relationship we're in is dwindling or tearing down, when we see that the things that we use as comfort or the things that we were dependent on aren't as strong, aren't as viable as we thought they were, and anticipation of a tough time starts to come, the fear that rushes through the body of like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go through another drought. I don't want to go through a season of, because we have planting seasons and harvest seasons. I don't want to go through a planting season. I just planted. Why am I always planting? Because I'm always growing, because you're asking to be your best self, and because you're going to have to keep elevating throughout this life so that every season for you can be your richer season. Even the seasons that don't seem like they're rich, because you're planting seeds, because you're manifesting, because you're on your knees, because you're buckling down, you think this isn't a great season for you, but because you're doing this, you are creating a greater season. So here's the thing. When we think about tough times, one of my favorite things to remember, now this is your next bullet point. When times get tough, you get gentle. When times get tough, you get gentle. One of the biggest mistakes we make, people, is that when tough times come, we get tough. I'm tough. I'm mad. It's cold outside. I'm cold inside. Don't talk to me. I stay buckled down. I don't hang out with nobody. I'm not in a good place. I'm beefing with my loved ones. I'm beefing with my mate. Things aren't going my way. My money isn't looking the way that I'm looking. And it's just like, look, it's not the time for me to be enjoying life. I'm in something. Because you're in something, that's where you have to go inside and take better care of yourself. When times get tough, you get gentle. Get gentle with yourself. Get gentle with your loved ones. Get gentle with your goals. When times get tough, we get to beating ourselves up. We get to snapping. We're getting moody. We start regretting. We start doubting. It's like, oh, I should have never done this. Why did I do that? Why did I sign up for that class? Why did I even talk to this person? Why did I have children? Okay, sometimes you're looking at that budget like, what was I thinking? But what I'm saying is, you are doing the worst possible thing you can do through a tough time. When times get tough, you get gentle. Watch that movie that you've been putting off. When you're sad, when you're alone, when you're frustrated, when you're lost, give yourself a little guilty pleasure. Now, I'm not saying that we get reckless and lazy and irresponsible. Remember, I said sharpen yourself so you don't have to get more sharpened. Don't play around with your discipline. But I'm saying, go ahead, do that bubble bath. Take that walk around the park. Sit down and let your child read to you. Have a loving conversation with a loved one. Things don't have to be perfectly aligned for you to have the divine. Things don't have to be perfectly aligned for you to have the divine. Because guess what? They are aligning, even though it doesn't feel that way. But they don't have to feel aligned. That's what I'll say. They don't have to feel aligned. They don't have to feel aligned in order for you to experience the divine. What you have to do is, everything is really, listen, y'all, I have become a pro at this, but it took a long time. When I take the most care of myself, ironically, when I sits back and I pampers and I don't engage in the kids fighting, and I look, people think I'm crazy. They'll be like, look, sis, your life is falling apart. You chilling. You're smiling. You're laughing. You're joking. You're watching. You're binging your favorite shows. You're working out. You're going for walks at the park because it's tough right now. It's tough right now. It's tough out there. It's tough to communicate right now. It's tough. We're having some miscommunication. We're having some things are happening, right? I'm in a tower moment, okay? Things are going down. Because it's tough, I am going to be the most gentle with myself. For those, I know we got some brothers on the line, but for those sisters that experience a moon, you know that's when you rest. Now, some of y'all keep it going because y'all have this Eurocentric way of ignoring this way of thinking, right? This whole patriarchal, you can do what you can do and you can do what he can do and y'all can do it all. Bro, when I'm on my moon, I'm sensitive. I'm not even about to sit up here and lie and act like I'm okay. I'm sensitive. My body is sensitive to touch and environment. I am not comfortable. I am tired. And sometimes some things don't feel the way they do when I'm not on it. What I do when my body gets like that, I feel that I'm more sensitive. Instead of getting cranky, instead of getting irritable, we take care of ourselves. When that moon comes, I might not eat a whole bunch of chocolate any other time, but let that moon come in. I need some chocolate. I need my ice cream. I need a soft blanket. I need comfortable pajamas. I need to not have those types of conversations with you right now. I need to not have to think about that right now. I'm not dealing with that in this because this moment dictates. This moment right here dictates that I be gentle because something is happening with me. I can feel it. I can feel something is happening. And so I'm going to go ahead and nurture myself. I'm going to go ahead and go through it with myself. And this goes not only for your personal self, but for everyone. Be more gentle to people who are experiencing tough times. Guys, are we slow? Let's not kick people when they're down. Let's not harass people when life is harassing them. When you see someone in a tower moment, give them love. Be gentle. Give them kindness. Listen, I have 5 children, one of which is an adult and out in life and experiencing life, kicking his whole behind. But let me tell you that when he is going through and I see a tower moment in his life, that is not the time when I'm like, what did I tell you? I didn't raise you like this. You shouldn't be doing this. This is the time when I say, God got you, baby. Let mama pray with you. Let mama pray for you. Listen, believe in yourself. Walk with your head up high. Remember everything that's gotten you this far. That was good. Learn from your lesson. Look. Now listen, y'all know children always get a moment of harmony. They don't like them as much as y'all do, but they always get a moment of harmony. But what I'm saying is that when life gets tough, you get gentle. We're talking about mayat. We're talking about balance. Why are you being tough in your tough times? Why won't you cry in your tough times? Why won't you be vulnerable during your tough times? Why aren't you reaching out in your tough times? Why are you being so tough? Life is not tough enough. It's just not tough enough for you. Life is tough. You get gentle. You take care of yourself. You go on a healthy diet. You go jogging. Like, look, the world is coming down on me. That's another thing I do when the moon is coming. You won't catch me missing a workout then. I very rarely miss my workouts anyway, but you won't catch it. Definitely when the moon is on, I have to take care of myself. My body is showing me, my body is telling me that now is a time to be gentle with yourself. See if you can sleep in one of these days because you're on your moon. And I'm saying it goes like that. When life is tough, sleep in sometimes. Get help, reach out. How are we navigating through tough times? We're getting gentle. We're forgiving ourselves. We're having mercy on ourselves. We're reflecting lovingly over the circumstances and the situations. We're not about to sit up here and keep talking about an inflation we know is here and beat ourselves up about it. Now we don't ruin our own Saturday over an inflation and over an inflation that the whole world is experiencing. At least everybody you know. And why are you going to ruin your world about it? You're going to sit here and say, like, look, times are tight. Let's find some things that I can do that don't cause me stress. Let me not plan. Right now, I'm not planning vacations. Or right now, I'm not even going to entertain a home shopping network or whatever your vice is. I'm not going on Amazon because that's going to stress me out. And that's not kind to myself when I'm in financial restraints. When I'm in financial restraints, manifestation boards work for me. A gratitude list of everything I do have and what I have done. A savings plan works for me. I'm saying be gentle with yourself when life gets tough. Okay, next point. Use tough moments. We always talk about at a moment of harmony. We always talk about utilize. Utilize tough moments. Use tough moments. Guys, stop hunkering down, cowering down, disappearing into a tough moment. That is not going anywhere. When a tough moment comes into your life, when you're experiencing them, especially a bunch of them frequently, use them. Use the fuel, use the motivation, use the revelation, use it. Use those emotions that are in abundance in your chest. Use them, right? Sing, work out, use your tough moments. Use your tough moments. Do not sit there and let them tough moments use you, because they will. Do not sit there and let the tough moments use you. Use those tough moments. When you and your loved ones are having some, look, for all the couples out there, when y'all get all kissy, lovey-dovey, and y'all all wrapped up in each other, y'all know not much else is getting done. You all want to talk to each other. Y'all wasting time with each other. Ashe, thank you so much. You want to, what is it? You want to be all lovey-dovey on one another. Y'all spend a lot of time with each other. A lot of your personal goals don't get done when you're wrapped up in your relationship, because you want to, you're building your family, you're building your relationship. When you and your mate are having tough times, use that time. Work out more. Focus on some personal goals. Be a little bit of an individual at that time. Because when things are good, when you get back on that balance, guess what? You're going to be all about him, or he's going to be all about her, and you're going to be all about those children. You're going to be all about everything else. Use a tough time to your advantage. Go and say, like, instead of me just be sitting up in this tough time crying about it, how can it make me stronger? Well, right now, my friends and I aren't really talking. This is a time for you to go and figure out some things for yourself. This is a time for you to spend some time with yourself. Get to know yourself. When the pendulum swings, it is for you. When it is positive, it is for you. When it feels negative, you need to utilize it. Go ahead and get that project done. Get that house clean. Write that book. Start that new endeavor or that new dream. Go head out to karaoke with you and your friends. Go and do something. Utilize a tough moment. You know what? I've been needing to sit and be with the kids. Well, guess what? The wallet is dictating. You're not going to be hanging out for a little bit of time. If you got not going anywhere for a while, grab your children. Sit and watch a movie. Grab your friends. Get up on the phone and communicate with someone when you're in a tough time. I'm saying utilize it. Connect with things and individuals and circumstances you're not normally connected to, because life is taking off. Life is taking off, so you're at work, so you're organizing, so you're at church, or so you're at this meeting, and you're doing that, and you're with the kids, and you're at soccer practice. Life is going good, money is going good, you're traveling, you're at the movies, you're dating. All these things are happening because life is popping. But guess what? When life is stopping, utilize that. When life is popping, pop off. When life is stopping, utilize it. Read that book. Go back and go through your old journals. Go through your old pictures. Revisit yourself. Again, pick up your workout routine. Spend some time watching some things that are going to some lectures and some documentaries that you have normally you wouldn't be doing because life is popping. Stop and say, like, look, when is the last time I finished a whole book? When is the last time I went and watched this documentary by this philosopher or this leader that I love? Let me sit and do that. When is the last time I called and connected with my grandparents or went and spent time with my family and it wasn't the holidays? Use a tough time. Ashe. Beautiful. Look, I'm reading a comment. I didn't even see it's you. I love you so much, mama. Use the tough time. Utilize it. Make it work for you. So listen, what we go through, because we're gonna get ready to go through these, come to a conclusion with our moment right now. Tough moments are for sharpening. We went through that. Sharpen yourself so that you require less sharpening. When life gets tough, you get gentle. Do not be hard because life is hard. Don't meet hard with hard. Bring some mayat to your life. When life is hard, take care of yourself extra care of yourself, extra protective of yourself, extra vigilant over your spirit. Life gets tough, get gentle. You do that for you. Who else is doing it? What else is it? Life is beating you up. You better go ahead and put an ice pack and some peroxide on yourself. Sitting up there enduring those punches. Take care of yourself. Use tough moments. That's where we are right now. Utilize them. Do not die in a tough moment, drown in a tough moment, sit there and wait out a tough minute. You'll be watching water boil. Go ahead and think you're going to sit there and wait a tough moment out if you want to. It's going to be even harder on you. All your anxieties are only going to get worse. Use it. Use that tough moment, whatever it is, to strengthen yourself. Take care of yourself. Be better for yourself. I'm in a tough moment. Right now, some things not what I need them to be. Let me strengthen some other skills. Let me go into some other areas of myself because some things are shut off to me right now and some things are not a part of my journey or my path right at this moment. So now I need to see what is it that I can do. Now I need to know how great I can be. Let me go ahead and use this. You know what? Let me take this sadness, get this stuff. Let's write this song, write this poem. Organize this thing. Let's fix something for somebody. Listen, utilize those tough moments. They're coming. Make the best out of them and they will make the best out of you. Make the best out of a tough moment. It will make the best out of you. Okay. Last one. And we're out at this moment. I didn't want to do a really long one today. Tough times are for testimonies only. Guys, please make sure you keep this one in the forefront of your mind when we're going through tough times, when we're having tough moments. Tough times are for testimonies only. Do not sit up there and think that tough times are to discourage you or to break you or to hurt you. They are for testimonies. Listen, the Creator needs to show you what the Creator can do through you. The Creator needs to show those around you what the Creator can do through you and around you. That's all. That's the only reason you got a tough time. Let's break it down just a little bit more. Listen, you're in isolation because your next season will dictate that you have independence right now. The next season will require for you to have independence. You are right now dealing with financial constraints or restraints is because your next season will dictate that or require you to have financial frugality, financial independence, financial knowledge. So the budgeting that you're doing, budgeting you're behind off right now, when the Creator give you that business in your next season, you're going to be grateful for this tough time. Okay? You are having financial restraints because your next season will dictate that you are financially savvy, independent, and resourceful. And you weren't going to learn that if you just had an abundance of money all the time. You were going to spend it, and then you were going to get it. And then you're going to spend it, and then you were going to get it because you know it's coming right around the corner. But sit through a oodle and noodle season and see what happens the next time you get a lump sum of money. Okay, Ashe. So understand that those tough times are only for a testimony. Tough times were only for a testimony. You are going through in a relationship with a boyfriend or a girlfriend because your next season will make and dictate you a wife or a husband, require you to be a wife or a husband. You are going through in a season of your parenthood because your next season will require you to have wisdom. Let me tell y'all, I thought it was something raising children till my oldest son had a child, and I'm a grandmother. I'm a whole EI in these streets. I'm saying I am so grateful when I look at Juice and all her fatness, her royal fatness. It's my baby. When I look at my baby and all her royal fatness, I am grateful for the wisdom. I know that what I went through with your father is wisdom I'm going to have as your grandmother. I'm sitting up here complaining about this boy from ages of 13 on up, driving me up the wall. But I have wisdom for you. That tough time was a dictation. That tough time was putting me in alignment for what I'm going to need for generations to come. Your tough times are for a testimony. What you're going through right now is for the praise and the story and the glory you're going to give to the Creator and the reality that you exude about what grace looks like. about what power looks like, about what wisdom looks like, about what strength looks like. That's why you're going through it. You're not going to have a tough, you're not going to be able to talk to nobody about getting through the tough times of blending a family until you go through some tough times blending a family. And you're not going to be able to talk to someone about a surviving sexual abuse or domestic violence. You're going to have to go through, qualify. The Creator will qualify you. I know a lot of times in this Eurocentric society, we want to get real caught up on credentials. We want to get really, really caught up on, letters and all the things behind our names. And I think they're incredible and you should be the best you could be. And kudos if you did it and you're doing it. But what I'm saying is no qualification like that Creator qualification. And the Creator will qualify you for your next level. So understand that the tough time you are in is your course. That's your college course. That's what you're going to go through for your testimony. Your tough times are for testimonies only. Don't sit up here and be like, I should have been a better person. Now listen. I do want to give that disclaimer. If you know, now a lot of us that are tuning into a Moment of Harmony are people who want to do our work. We're doing our best. We want to grow. We want to heal. If you know you still have a lot of toxicity inside of you, I mean, you're still lying to people. You're hurting people. You're possibly putting your hands on people. You're having illegal activities with people. You're being a criminal. You're scheming. And I'm not saying you can't be trying to get better, but if you know you're still in the thick of it, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, then your tough times are for some whole other stuff, okay? I'm going to give that disclaimer. But if you know you are putting your best foot forward, you are giving love, pure and genuine love, the biggest problem you have is that you have to grow. We all have to do. That's the biggest issue, is that I have to grow. If you know that that's where you are, then trust and believe. Do not sit in a tough time talking about, I should have been better. I should have been smarter. Why didn't I do this? What's wrong with me? I'm never going to do this again. I'm never going to get married again. I'm never going to start my own business again. That tough time was not for any of that. None of that was the point. None of that was the point. Sitting up there looking at yourself in the mirror, talking crazy to yourself wasn't the point of your tough time. Yelling and cursing at your family or your children wasn't the point of your tough time. Giving up on yourself, doubting yourself, breaking up under the pressure. That is not what that tough time was about. Tough times are for testimonies only. When things start getting real crazy around me, I just start talking to the Creator like, Lord, I see you building this testimony. It's going to be a big one. When I tell y'all my story from starting from the bottom down here, let me tell you how I'm going to dance and jump and jack all across where I am, because I see the Creator building this testimony. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing right now. I done walked, this thing that hit me, came out here, this next thing hit me. Oh, you building a testimony of the century, y'all. Building the testimony. But listen. Whenever I do go to those people that I admire, those great elders, whenever I do listen to interviews of women that have made it, the Viola Davises, Oprah Winfrey's, Sada Shakur's, like any, I love them, right? Any woman, any person, and even the males. I know Tyler Perry gets a bad, brush in the Black community, but when I hear his story, I'm talking about stories. I'm not talking about people's choices. You do what you do. I love you because you're mine. Okay. I love you because love is what I do. But what I'm saying is the story of where you were and how you got where you are. Tabitha Brown, Fantasia. Y'all know I love a good come up. Okay. I love a good upgrade. I love a good, what is it? When the Creator deliver a good deliverance. I love a good deliverance. But here's the thing. You're going to go through what you have to go through in order for you to come up out of it. In order for you to get to the top. You're going to start at the bottom of that mountain. But the only reason you're starting at the bottom of that mountain, the only reason you're in that valley is for you to yell loudly when you get to that peak. That's the only reason you're there. Is to tell people about the valley, how you got out of it, walk other people through it. Your tough time is only a testimony. Your tough time is only for your testimony. Please don't be out here getting lost in these tough times. Please don't go out here thinking your worth is tied to your bank account. Please don't be out here thinking that your beauty and your confidence is tied to a relationship or a friendship or a situationship. Please don't be out here thinking that physical material things define the greatness of your divinity. Please do not be out here thinking that low vibrational things will keep you from a high vibrational purpose. It's not going to happen. If you're down here, you won't be down here for long, because you're only down here to hear about it, learn about it, teach through it, grow out of it. I'm saying, when we get into tough moments, utilize them, understand them, go through them in a way that's going to strengthen and heal you, because that's the only reason you're dealing with them. You are going to be great. You are going to come out of this. You've done it before. Come on, I'm 36 years old. I can't tell you how many peaks and valleys, enough of them to know that they aren't permanent, that they don't make or break me, and that they are only here to teach me, that they are only here to grow me. And now, when it gets raw, my sister be looking like, what happened? Your job did what? Your man did what? Your kids did what? I say, they didn't do nothing. The Creator is setting my testimony up. He thought he did. You thought, they thought, but the Creator is doing all of it. The Creator is setting me up for my testimony, because I am a good and righteous being that puts good and righteous energy out. Didn't say I was perfect, but good and righteous. And so good and righteous is coming to me. And good and righteous has to be birthed out of me. And we all know birthing is a painful process. And sometimes it is like that. Know that it's a process. Know that you're coming out of it. Know the reason and the purpose for it. See it for what it actually is. And then when you give birth to that brand new reality, you just give thanks, because you are a brand new person. I love you all so much. This has been another incredible moment of harmony, to be with you, to share with you, to engage with all of your energy. Please meet me back here next Saturday at 10 a.m. for another moment of harmony. I love you all. I look forward to continuing to grow, heal, in harmony. Y'all are incredible. Be blessed and have a blessed week.